Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. On this channel we post writing tips, unboxings, book hauls, book reviews and the occasional vlog. And today I have a first for this channel because we are doing a TBR pick. I believe the vlog is actually coming out after this video, but I do a vlog where I read books 2, 3 and 4 of the Antonia Hodgson Thomas Hawkins series, and in that vlog we make this TBR jar. If you guys have any TBR hints that you would like to go in this jar, do comment down below and I will add them in. This is just mine and Matt's ideas in here at the moment, but this is my first ever TBR pick video. My thoughts are that I will do one of these for 2025 every quarter, so that's January, February, March is one. Every 3 months we'll do another one, and I will choose 3 prompts from this jar. The reason I'm choosing 3 is because if you're not new to my channel, you'll know that I'm in a book club. So that is going to involve some of the books that I have to read, and also I am reading the Terry Pratchett Discworld series in order, so I do have to always manage to fit one of those in, as well as my massive TBR pile, which if you haven't seen, I did a TBR vlog, that link is above me now, where we discovered just how many books I haven't read. So that's my problems, but this TBR jar will help with that, hopefully. But let me show you 2 books that I have to read. So that is the book club book and the Terry Pratchett book, and we'll then pick some prompts. Before we get into that, don't forget if you like what you see to subscribe to this channel. Your continued support means a lot, so thank you guys so much. Right, the book club read that I need to read at the moment is The Watchmaker of Filigree Street by Natasha Pulley. This was actually one of my choices for the book club because we're now doing a spin the wheel. And if you guys haven't seen, I got this in a secondhand book haul that I did. I'm really excited to read this. Matt has already started, which is why I can see a bookmark in there. Let me read you guys the blurb for this one. In 1883, Nathaniel Steepleton returns to his tiny flat to find a gold pocket watch on his pillow. When the watch saves Nathaniel's life from a blast that destroys Scotland Yard, he goes in search of its maker. Keita Mori, a kind, lonely Japanese immigrant. Meanwhile, Grace Caro is sneaking into an Oxford library, desperate to prove the existence of the luminiferous ether before her mother can force her to marry. As the lives of these 3 characters become entwined, events spiral out of control until Nathaniel is torn between loyalties, futures, and opposing geniuses. This has so many great reviews, has Irish Examiner, an inventive debut, clever, intriguing and astonishingly assured, electrifying, a triumph of speculative fiction by Publishers Weekly, and so many more when you look on the back. This book I chose after reading The Haunting Season, where Natasha Pulley did a short story in that, and I absolutely adored the characters, and those are the characters in this book, so that is the book club read for this quarter. The Terry Pratchett book that I must read for this quarter is a Discworld fable, The Last Hero, and this is illustrated by Paul Kidby. This is one of the illustrated books which I'm really excited to read. I've never read one of the illustrated ones, but look at how pretty this is. So I don't think it's going to be a very big read because it's not that wide, but then it does have whole pages of words. But this is the Terry Pratchett book that we are up to in my Discworld journey, so let me read you guys the blurb. He's been a legend in his own lifetime. He can remember the great days of high adventure. He can remember when a hero didn't have to worry about fences and lawyers and civilization. He can remember when people didn't tell you off for killing dragons. But he can't always remember these days where he put his teeth. He's really not happy about that bit. So now, with his ancient sword and his new walking stick and his old friends, and they're very old friends, Cohen the Barbarian is going on one final quest. It's been a good life. He's going to climb the highest mountain in the Discworld and meet his gods. He doesn't like the way they let men grow old and die. It's time, in fact, to give something back. The last hero in the world is going to return what the first hero stole, with a vengeance that'll mean the end of the world if no one stops him in time. Someone is going to try, so who knows who the last hero really is. Oh, and I think that's Errol. If it's not Errol, it's someone who looks very much like Errol. Look at the dragon. Look at its cuteness. That is the Terry Pratchett read for this quarter. And now, let's do my first TBR prompt. I'm really excited for this. Okay. I'm scared and excited, actually. A reread That's not what I thought was going to come up first, or what I wanted to come up first. Okay, a reread. That's not going to help me get through this TBR. I have picked up 3 books that I could reread. So we have The Guest Cat by Takashi Harade, because I've read this twice, didn't read it in 2024, so I could read this at the start of this year. It's very small, so that's part of my thinking, is it's kind of a cheat because it's small. Option 2 is Snowflower and the Secret Fan by Lisa C. This one I read in university in my first year, and I believe it's the book I was reading when me and Matt officially met, because we met reading outside of a lecture hall waiting for the lecture to start. I've been telling myself I should reread this because it's been on the shelf for a while, and I try to only keep books that I love, and I remember loving this. We are getting married this year in May, so it could be a nice romantic time to reread the book, and then I'll know how much I still like it. The other option is Across the Nightingale Floor by Leanne Hearn. This is a trilogy, which I have the other 2 and I have read all 3, and I absolutely adored this trilogy. It was so fun. But again, I think I read this not long after uni. I remember getting it from the Oxfam charity shop in Keynsham where Matt's parents live. So it's been a while, but I could reread it and again see if it sparks the same amount of love as it did the first time. Out of these 3, which one should we go for? So smallest, middle, longest. I might regret this. I'm gonna go for this one. Snowflower and the Secret Fan by Lisa C. Let me read you guys the blurb. Lily is the daughter of a humble farmer, and to her family she is just another expensive mouth to feed. Then the local matchmaker delivers startling news. If Lily's feet are bound properly, they will be flawless. In 19th century China, where a woman's eligibility is judged by the shape and size of her feet, this is extraordinary good luck. Lily now has the power to make a good marriage and change the fortunes of her family. To prepare for her new life, she must undergo the agonies of foot binding, learn Nushu, the famed secret woman's writing, and make a very special friend, Snowflower. But a bitter reversal fortune is about to change everything. I remember loving this book because it's so honest and just a really interesting dive into historic China. The reread, Snowflower and the Secret Fan. That's not what I wanted for my first prompt. Let's go for prompt number 2. Okay, we're going for this one. Book written post 2010, so a modern book. So I'm gonna go to my other shelf again. Okay, for this I have 2 options. So written post 2010. I've kind of gone really modern. I could have searched for one older, I guess, but we have Before We Forget Kindness by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. This is the 5th Before the Coffee Gets Cold book. And I also have Fathomfolk by Eliza Chan, a Japanese translated literature and is it YA or teen, this one? I'm not sure. Both are written in 2024, so both just last year's. This is really hard. I think I'm going to go for Fathomfolk by Eliza Chan. Let me read you guys the blurb for this one. Revolution is brewing in the semi-submerged city of Tiankawi, between humans and Fathomfolk who live in its waters. This gloriously imaginative debut fantasy inspired by East Asian mythology and ocean folktales is a novel of magic, rebellion and change. Welcome to Tiankawi, shining pearl of human civilization and a safe haven for those fleeing civil unrest. Or at least that's how it first appears. But in the semi-flooded city, humans are quite literally on top, peering down from shining towers and aerial walkways on the Fathomfolk, sirens, sea witches, kelpies and kappas, who live in the polluted waters below. For half-siren Mira, promotion to captain of the border guard means an opportunity to help her downtrodden people. But if earning the trust and respect of her human colleagues wasn't hard enough, everything Mira has worked towards is put in jeopardy when Nami, a know-it-all water dragon and Fathomfolk princess, is exiled to the city under Mira's watch. When extremists sabotage a city festival, violence erupts, as does the clampdown on Fathomfolk rights. Both Nami and Mira must decide if the cost of change is worth paying, or if Tiankawi should be left to drown. Sounds fun, doesn't it? And it has so many good reviews on the back. One more. New purchase. That one could have been. Okay, new purchase. Before we forget, Kindness by Toshikazu Kawaguchi, because I literally just bought this one. This is the new purchase we're going with. Yes, let me read you guys the blurb for this one. The 5th novel in Toshikazu Kawaguchi's internationally best-selling Before the Coffee Gets Cold series. Back in the mysterious Tokyo cafe where customers come hoping to travel in time, 4 new guests are about to arrive. Each of them holds a desire in their heart that only this special place can fulfill. They must follow the cafe's strict rules, however, and come back to the present before their coffee goes cold. The cafe will welcome a father who could not allow his daughter to get married, a woman who couldn't give Valentine's Day chocolates to her loved one, a boy who wants to show his smile to his divorced parents, and a widow holding a child with no name. Another moving and heartwarming tale from Toshikazu Kawaguchi. In Before We Forget Kindness, our new visitors wish to go back into their past to find closure and comfort so they can embark on a beautiful future. Yes! Okay, seems to be a bit of a theme actually going on. All these books are, apart from 2, based in Asia. So let's recap. The Pratchett book that I need to read this quarter is The Last Hero. That's the Terry Pratchett Discworld continuation. Book club book that I'll be reading is The Watchmaker of Filigree Street by Natasha Pulley. For the prompt, a reread, we are going to reread Snowflower and the Secret Fan by Lisa C. For a book written post 2010, we are going to read Fathomfolk by Eliza Chan. And finally, a new purchase is Before We Forget Kindness by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. 5 books for January, February and March. This is the first TBR prompt. I mean, I'm not the happiest with how this one's gone, but that is the randomness of a TBR jar and the reason for it. So, ta-da! And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed what you see. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. If you like to see as soon as I upload, click the little bell down below. You can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook and Tumblr. I post your own bookish pictures as well as my writing tips and unboxings on there. If you guys have any prompts you would like to add to this jar, do comment down below and I will add them in. A reread on the first try. And thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.